Here is question 6, and this is actually the first of this type of notation that we're coming across. So here we have dx, and we've got square brackets. Now, if this is something new to you, this is a special type of notation, and what we need to understand is that this is a command. What I mean by it being a command is that dx means differentiate with respect to x. This tells you that you have to differentiate whatever is within the brackets in terms of x. Now that makes sense because we are working in terms of x inside the bracket. So dx means differentiate with respect to x. Now here's the thing about this notation. We keep the same notation when we are doing our 3 preparation steps. So when you're doing brackets, surds, and variables, you keep dx and you keep the square brackets. But only once you differentiate, then you omit the square brackets. So to start off, we are first going to check for brackets. Now, when we talk about brackets, we are talking about round brackets. Okay, we're not talking about the square brackets that we have here. The square brackets are part of dx. Next, we check for surds. We don't have surds, but we do have variables in the denominator. Notice the x in the denominator, which you do not want. So what can we do? Now, I need you guys to notice something important. The numerator that you have is given in a certain format. We've got x squared minus 2x minus 3. That is actually a trinomial. It is a quadratic trinomial, so we can factorize. Let's open up 2 brackets. Since we have x squared, we're going to fill in x and x. Now, we've got negative 3. So you guys know factorizing for this comes from grade 10. You had learned this. We need factors of negative 3. When we multiply, give us negative 3. And when we add, give us negative 2. Now, we can use a positive 1 and a negative 3. Positive 1 times negative 3 gives you negative 3, and 1 minus 3 gives you minus 2. For now, I'm going to keep the denominator as is. But there is something important that you should notice. One of your factors is exactly the same as the denominator, so they can cancel out with each other. Now, here's what we're left with. We are left with dx of x minus 3. Okay, so we don't have any brackets. There are no surds. There are no variables in the denominator now. So now we can differentiate. As I've mentioned earlier on in the video, with this particular notation, once you differentiate, you omit the notation. So dx and the square brackets fall away, and we can now differentiate. The derivative of x is 1. The derivative of negative 3 is 0. So your final answer here is 1.